Waheguru Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ki Fateh. My name is Gurumustuk Singh. As many of you may know, I've been spearheading this campaign to expose the un-Sikh-like practices of the Yogi Bhajan tantric Kundalini Yoga cult and its organizations like SikhNet. Now, Gurumustuk Singh is the director and founder of SikhNet. Just a little background here. I was in 3HO, Yogi Bhajan's group, for 30 years. And I lived for about half of that time in Los Angeles during the 1980s and 90s with Gurumustuk's family, mother and father, in Los Angeles. So I'm very familiar with Gurumustuk Singh and all of the other 3HO people. Now, the latest development here is that Gurumustuk has really gone beyond the pale. He is threatening, as he says, legal action for defamation against those concerned Gursikhs who are criticizing Yogi Bhajan's group. This is just outrageous. Gurumustuk Singh is actually proposing to go beyond the Sikh traditional way of resolving these issues by going to a U.S. court to have them decide issues on Sikh matters. And for somebody who's the director of SikhNet and supposed to be a Sikh and try to be concerned about Sikhs, to do this is just outrageous. First of all, it's a fact that the Yogi Bhajan group and these organizations are involved in un-Sikh-like practices, and I'll show you all of that here. You've probably seen many of my videos. But my point is that Gurumustuk Singh, as a Gursikh who is there to serve the Sangat, actually threatening the power and money of his organization, which he says here, SikhNet has an established organization. We won't take lightly your attempts at spreading false information. It's just outrageous that he would actually wield this big corporate stick against Gursikhs, humble Gursikhs, who are trying to serve the Sangat, and Gurumustuk is threatening to sue them in a court of law. This is just outrageous. And Gurumustuk really needs to retract this quickly. Now let's see how this developed. Last week I became interested in attending the annual conference on the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji, which is held there at the San Jose Gurdwara in San Jose, California. Now I saw that SikhNet was one of the sponsors, so I became interested to know who, if anybody, from SikhNet would be attending. And I saw that this Ekon Karkar is the top philosophical writer for SikhNet, and also Gurumustuk would be attending. And also the chairman of SikhNet will be there as well. Now, I registered for this event, and I received a successful registration. They sent me this little notice here after I registered. Then I posted a comment on their Charity Kala website. It's still awaiting moderation for 10 days now. I told them that I wanted to come, I wanted to ask these critical questions, and I would ask them in the appropriate time in the Q&A. But I did want to know that I would be welcome there, but nobody has ever written me back. So I've started to post on the internet about the conference, and I noticed how Gurumustuk Singh had posted here on this Bay Area Sikhs. And you can see here his comment on Bay Area Sikhs where he said he would be coming to the conference and he was looking for a place to stay. So I posted a comment and said that I will be looking forward to talking with you, and I'm very sincere about that. I've written him many times before and said that all I'm interested in doing is talking and discussing about these concerns that Sikhs have about the un-Sikh-like practices that they're engaged in, and it seems to be getting worse all the time. So this is the letter. You can read this. You can pause this video and read my entire letter that I wrote. It was actually a letter in response to Gurumustuk Singh's Universal Sikhi article that he wrote for last year's conference, in which I responded to his accusations that there are many Sikhs out there who hate SikhNet and that we don't understand their practice of yoga and things like that. So I assured him that Sikhs do not hate 3HO people. We do not hate anybody. We just want to discuss this matter of the un-Sikh-like practices that Yogi Bhajan's group and SikhNet are involved in. So this whole discussion went on for a day and a half, maybe 2 days, on this Bay Area Sikh website. And there was about 150 comments by various different Sikhs, and it was a very good discussion. I actually invited some of the 3HO people to come that were part of this group already. I think there was about 20. You can see in some of my comments here how I actually tagged them and invited them. I want everybody to get involved in this. I'm open to all criticism. I just want to get this out in the open and start discussing this. We don't want to keep this in the closet and have comments censored. So then it appears that Gurumustuk got very frustrated with the whole thing, and he accused people of ganging up on him and these Sikhs that were criticizing him, because none of the 3HO people that I tagged to get in the group discussion came to Gurumustuk's defense. It's unfortunate. From my experience in 3HO, very few people in 3HO or Yogi Bhajan's group want to be involved in any kind of Sikh issues. They just want to do yoga. This is true for about, I'd say at least 90% of them. And since there's maybe only about 2,000 of them, that leaves maybe a couple hundred at the most, but I doubt it's even that are really interested in Sikhi. Even if they are interested in Sikhi, if they ever leave Yogi Bhajan's group, they just leave Sikhi too. And they're doing a lot of un-Sikh-like practices. So this, like I said, this discussion went on, and then Gurumustuk all of a sudden got very frustrated. And he put this comment here. He says, "You've gone overboard, blah, blah, blah. I'm done wasting my time with you all since you have made up your mind and nothing I say will change your viewpoint." So I knew at that point that he was probably going to delete the whole post, which would have destroyed all of our comments. And I actually didn't go through all of these comments. We don't have time in this video, but I have another video where you can actually read all of the comments and scan through them. And just like pause the video and you can read all the comments. But anyway, the gist of it is that Gurumustuk deleted that, and then he posted this about the lawsuit. Now, Pritam Singh, who is a Bay Area Sikh, Gursikh, he posted this comment on Bay Area Sikhs and said about how Gurumustuk had deleted and removed a critical post, etc. about this. So then Gurumustuk responds here to Pritam Singh's, all his pictures. You can see he put all these pictures about the Yogi Bhajan people doing these tantric yogas and Hindu practices. So here's Gurumustuk's response there at the Bay Area Sikhs, which I showed you earlier. And he addressed that to this Pritam Singh. So then a lot of other Sikhs were responding yesterday and today to this post by Gurumustuk. And really, the sense I have is that many Sikhs are very upset, and rightly so. Again, that Gurumustuk is going beyond the traditional Sikh way of resolving these disputes by going outside the traditional Sikh way of handling them, which is to go to the Akal Takht. So then some Sikhs propose that we either have a Panch Pyari investigate that, and that's actually what I had done earlier, before Gurumustuk had deleted all the comments before. And so Gurumustuk, of course, had not responded to that and just deleted all those comments. So then this Jaspreet Singh, he posted a very good post about how the historical traditional way of dealing with these issues is to go to the Akal Takht. And I sort of borrowed some of his thoughts and wrote this, which I'll read to you. Maybe SikhNet has published some Gurbani, and this is actually what I saw many Sikhs saying about this issue. They said maybe SikhNet, they said that maybe SikhNet has published some Gurbani for the public, but the highest seva that Waheguru values is living the lifestyle of a Gursikh and following the Sikh Rahat, which the Yogi Bhajan SikhNet tantric yogis are clearly not doing. If Gurumustuk of SikhNet wants to take legal action, he should, as a Sikh of the Guru, take his complaints about other Sikhs to the Akal Takht Sahib, Court of Sikhism. The U.S. government courts cannot deliver justice in matters of Sikh grievances. The U.S. court judges never read Gurbani. They don't know about Sikh Rahat Maryada either. Sikhs have had this problem of getting justice from government courts from the time of the Mughals. That is why Guruji blessed us with Sri Akal Takht Sahib. Again, these issues of compliance with the Sikh Code of Conduct are completely related to Sikhism. So SikhNet should take their complaints against Sikhs to the highest Sikh court, the court of Akal Purik, Sri Akal Takht Sahib. If the Sikh Panth thinks there are some issues with SikhNet or Yogi Bhajan's critics, then it should be resolved within the Panth. Before Gurumustuk deleted my post and threatened lawsuits in the U.S. courts, I proposed we form a Panch Pyari from 5 Sikhs, Gursikhs, attending the city Guru Granth Sahib conference at the San Jose Gurdwara on the 19th of September to investigate Yogi Bhajan's dera and criticisms coming from Sikhs around the world. Who see idol worship, tantric yoga, Hindu pujas, and many other un-Sikh-like practices being performed at SikhNet and in the 3HO community. But Gurumustuk Singh refused this traditional Sikh way of resolving differences and deleted my post. Now Gurumustuk is threatening legal action against Sikhs for criticizing SikhNet and Yogi Bhajan's tantric yoga. If 3HO, SikhNet, and the Yogi Bhajan people want to call themselves Sikhs, then they should not bow to idols and worship Yogi Bhajan. Gurumustuk Singh Ji, if you consider yourself a Sikh of the Guru, then we can resolve this matter by appealing to the Akal Takht Sahib or a Panch Pyari for help. Then we may do Prachar together. There's no hate for you or anyone in 3HO or at SikhNet. Okay, so I posted this and I'm not heard back from Gurumustuk yet on this matter. So let me show you a bit more about Gurumustuk. This was a funny comment about how Gurumustuk is just wielding his power over there at SikhNet. Now this has been going on for a while. This was a post from 2014 where Gurumustuk directed people to his Universal Sikhi article, which I responded to, and Gurumustuk never responded to my answer to his article. So this was posted on one of my Facebook pages. So here is Gurumustuk and Guruka. They say that there is no idol worship going on at the Yogi Bhajan Dera. And this is completely false. You can see here pictures of it, and it's obvious that they're deceiving Sikhs about this. The SikhNet offices are right there where this Yogi Bhajan Dera is located. It's obvious that the SikhNet people want to hide something. They want to have this image of Sikhs, for Sikhs, that the Yogi Bhajan people do not do these type of things. Right there in that post, Gurukha says, no one here worships idols in any way. That couldn't be farther from the truth. It does happen. And Gurukha himself worships Yogi Bhajan. He, in this article, admits to keeping Yogi Bhajan's fingernails in his gutka sab, or nitnam, as they call it, where these are the Sikh scriptures or prayer books. It's just gross and appalling that Gurukha, one of the directors over the SikhNet, would keep Yogi Bhajan's toenails, dirty toenails, in his nitnam with the Sikh scriptures and Gurbani. It's just outrageous. And it shows this worship that they have of Yogi Bhajan and all of these tantric yogis. Now, Sri Chand was only mentioned once in the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib, and it was said that he was evil one, is the way it's said in the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib, and that Guru Nanak rejected him. This is the only thing about Sri Chand. Yet the Yogi Bhajan people worship this Sri Chand. There's just no two ways about it. There's this great article here in the Sikh Free Press about American yogis distort Sikh scriptures. I recommend it to everybody. I'll put a link to it there. So Yogi Bhajan is into all of these corrupt practices. And SikhNet just deceives Sikhs by trying to bribe young Sikhs into getting into all this stuff. Yogi Bhajan's drawings here are just phallic drawings. It's just awful. Very, very disturbing. And yet SikhNet just denies all this. How Yogi Bhajan, he was just a corrupt tantric guru. They keep his picture there in the Dabar of the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib. They worship him along with this idol of Baba Sri Chand. Now this is interesting. This is how the media views the Sikhism when they go up there to visit the Yogi Bhajan ashram. And they see this idol of Sri Chand, and here you'll see it here.
India 500 years ago.
And they say that Sikhism is a 500-year-old religion, and then they show this idol of Baba Sri Chand when they went up to visit the Yogi Bhajan dera there. Just listen to what this TV reporter says here. So this is the impression that the public and everybody else is having about these Yogi Bhajan practices.
What's going on with America? Sikhism is a religion established in India 500 years ago.
So that's what they're seeing, the media and the public, when they get these things about SikhNet. And you can see Gurukha Singh here worshiping this idol with this Ikon Karkar, and they're sitting around there with the Sangat. You can see that Baba Sri Chand ugly thing there in the background. This goes on and on and on. There it is at the bar. Now I want to point out how this Gursikhs is one of the directors of the new body that controls SikhNet, and he's getting this Hindu shawl at this Paramatma Kirtan ashram, participating in these Hindu pujas there. You can see him there doing arti. You can see him up there in the left-hand corner there. Sanadam Kaur, who's one of the followers. It's just very alarming and disturbing. Here's Guru Singh again, who's that board of directors that controls SikhNet, with Sanadam Kaur and this Gurmukh Kaur, who go on and on about with these Hindu practices. She's doing these Shiv Lingam worships. It's just very, very disturbing. Here was a Hindu wedding that this Gurmukh Kaur sponsored with the Paramatma Kirtan ashram with these Yogi Bhajan followers. And Yogi Bhajan even had last rites, Hindu last rites done at that Paramatma Kirtan ashram there. It's very, very disturbing. So please come to this conference and ask these critical questions of Gurumustuk and write them. Thank you for your time. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।